But moving on to the next game, we've got the Pittsburgh Steelers going out to Denver, which could have been a revenge game for Russell Wilson had he actually played. But he didn't, and the Steelers win another grinded out victory, beating the Broncos 13-6. Um, I just thought once again, the Steelers are asking Justin Fields to not do a lot, just not turn the ball over. Just be a competent quarterback, competent game manager. Let your athleticism take over at different times, win some battles for you. But the bottom line is, the Steelers are 2-0. And where I said Dan Campbell and his staff probably cost this team a victory, you can say that Mike Tomlin has probably led his team to two victories right here, just with the style of play that, the Pittsburgh Steelers are kind of known for. We're going to let our defense beat you. You're not going to score a lot of points, and our offense will do just enough. And that's how I kind of see the Steelers. Bo Nix, once again, does not impress me in any way, shape, or form. I think Sean Payton is trying to prove that he's the smartest man in the room and that he can take a guy who he sees similar traits about that he had with Drew Brees and that he thinks they can win with him. And Bo Nix is not that, not right now. And I don't know that he's going to be that anytime soon. So, that being said, I think the Broncos are just going to continue to be in trouble. They're going to be the team who I think they are and not be a playoff contender. And Pittsburgh is going to continue to hang in there. And always, Mike Tomlin always gives his team a chance to win in the fourth quarter. And I think that's going to be the Pittsburgh approach the rest of the way. But what the GOAT have to say, and what did you think about the game?
So with this one, we like Denver plus the points. Mainly just you expect a low scoring game. That was going to be a tight game. Um, and if Denver doesn't have a Bo Nix bad interception, we're right there to cover that number. So again, it is what it is as far as that. We dropped the 1 unit on this game, but I'm kind of right there with you. I think you're seeing, I don't want to call it fool's gold with how Denver approached the preseason. And you can take a look at this in the future and potentially make some money in preseason football going forward because Denver actually rolled out an actual offense. The teams they were playing defensively were vanilla, not showing anything, and Denver looked really good. Well, now against other ones, Bo Nix is struggling. He turned the ball over. They can't really run the ball. And especially against Pittsburgh this week, only at 64 yards on the ground, which is not nearly what that Denver team would need in order to win. Um, and what you're seeing with Justin Fields, maybe he wasn't the problem in Chicago.
Yeah.
I mean, I've said this before, not to kind of get off on track from a different game, but like, he's all right. Like all of his, I don't want to say like his stats were misleading in Chicago because he wasn't great, but he wasn't terrible. Um, Especially with the lack of talent. And if the Bears, and you're seeing it with Caleb, have a similar type problem. But with this Steelers team, he doesn't have to worry about poor coaching. Somehow, some way, Mike Tomlin wins 9 games.
Yeah.
He has winning records. He just
Mike,
does every single year, and the Steelers are off on track to get there again. And this time they did it with Fields had 117 yards through the air. They threw and they ran for 140. But yeah, no, it's low scoring game. Just didn't quite go our way with a red zone turnover.
yeah, I mean, and I think you're absolutely right. I think Fields, while he does have some shortcomings, is definitely somebody who, with his athleticism, can help you win games if you use him right. Uh, and I think Tomlin will, and it'll make for a very interesting decision. Do they go with Russell Wilson when Russell is healthy, or do they keep with Fields? Fields has got two W's for him. It's tough to go back when your recipe for winning is worked. So
Mm-hmm.
it's definitely some interesting decisions still to be made by Mike Tomlin. But we'll talk about that in our preview coming up here later on in the week.